Hey, how's it going? Michael Anderson here, bringing an article review for you today. I'm a financial consultant by trade, certified financial planner, helping people invest their money and hopefully making educated decisions along the way. My firm is Maranatha Financial, and it can be found online at maranatha.com. If you did want to email me about this or something else, email is michael@maranatha.com. All right, so we'll jump right into it. Today's article, we're talking about cruising and cruise lines. Specifically, U.S. cruises not likely to resume until the fourth quarter of 2021. Actually, they're saying even early 2022. Pretty interesting. This was in Barron's, came out today, and it was written by Lawrence Strauss, and he interviewed the analyst Patrick Scholes. So we'll just jump into a few things that I found interesting in this article and talk about them. So the first one is just right here. Cruise operations not likely to resume sailing from U.S. ports, at least until the second half of 2021, under the best of circumstances, but likely and possibly not until early 22. What does that mean? That's interesting to think about. How is it that cruise lines are going to be able to sustain if they don't have the revenue? If they're not having the revenue coming in, how's the stock going to do? And how's the company itself going to stay in business? That's the question on my mind. And a lot of analysts have to be thinking about that as well. So I'm going to take you through this article a little bit. We'll just dive in. It came out today, and you can kind of form your thoughts. But if you were thinking about going on a cruise, it's likely going to be a little bit, and we can see obviously why. But so they're pushing it back, and we look at three cruise lines: Carnival, we look at Norwegian, and we look at Royal Caribbean. And those are the three that we kind of look at, and I'll show you their stocks and how they've done as well. The thing that Lawrence Strauss posted in this article I found interesting is that he showed the returns, but only for the past 3 months. And for the past 3 months, the returns have done pretty well for these three companies. But by no means is that a reason that you should be considering them, because the question being posed is, as dates continue to be moved backwards, how are these companies going to stay functional and in business? So that's the big concern, and a lot of thoughts here during the earnings call for Carnival. They said that the company had enough liquidity to get through 2021, even with no revenue, and also that they had the capacity to raise more capital if needed. So that's the thought for them. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with it. I mean, I don't own any of these companies individually, and I'm not recommending it. This is just educational in terms of when you look at an article and how I kind of break it down when I'm reading these, looking for ideas. But Shoals, the big thing here too is in Europe, they're already booking cruises. And also the demand, leisure demand, expected to be the strongest once things open up. I think that's kind of obvious as well. A big thing to think about is with these cruises, the major revenue source for cruises is when the summertime comes. And if we're bumping it past the summer and past the fall, the cruise lines aren't going to be able to make much revenue for the year at all. So pushing them to sustain. I mean, look at the picture. Let me go back to this real quick. The picture at the very top here. It's kind of, when you look closely at it, these are actually 5 different boats, and they're being deconstructed. This is a picture. This is in Turkey. These cruises here are being deconstructed because they're using it for scrap metal now, actually. So that's kind of interesting just to look at. Let's take a look at the stocks. When you jump into Carnival, this is a 5-year look at Carnival stock. So today it's at 2019, the price, and you can see the fall from February when it was at 41, and then in March jumped down to 8. And then now, if we look at just the last 3 months, from October, it was at 12, 13. Now it's jumped up to 20. But I mean, this is the current thought was that by April, end of April, they might be able to open cruising up. And with that not being the case, how is the stock price going to be impacted? So that's how they're looking at it. Look at Royal Caribbean, the last 5 years. You can see the stock price, 111 there in February, dropped down to 24. And then now it's shot up in the last 3 months from October at 53 up to 71. We'll take a look as well. Norwegian in February was sitting at 52. And then that jumped down to 11. And let's take a look over the last 3 months from October at 15 to now at 24. So interesting stuff. I mean, I liked this article. I thought it was pretty interesting just to read about cruising. I'd like to go on a cruise again at some point. I did go on a cruise for my 30th birthday some time ago, and that was a lot of fun with the family, but I guess it's going to be a while. So it's likely end of 2021 or at best early 2022 is what they're thinking there. But they feel like the pent-up demand is going to be increasing. So can these cruise lines make it? That's the big question. Can they sustain and weather this storm to get there? We're seeing, like this photo shows, deconstruction of these cruise ships that are no longer in commission. So interesting article again from Barron's, and every Friday I'm going to try and bring you an article. If you have articles you find interesting, please do share them with me. You can email it, michael@maranatha.com is my email. You can also go to the website to learn more about me and what I'm doing. Maranatha.com is my firm. Again, I'm Michael Anderson, financial consultant. Hope you're doing well. Have a wonderful day. And it's Friday, 12/10. Bye now.